Yeah, we're just gonna be going through Victoria.
London,
We're gonna
Victoria.
check out the grounds of Buckingham Palace where the Queen lives.
The royal family, word up.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this this journey here. You know, this is not to give you guys an excuse so you don't physically have to come to London, because I want everybody in my team to actually physically come and we have a good time here. You know, we have a party, but you know, I'll just give you some of the things that you'll be able to see when you actually get here. So let's just, this is actually the gates of Buckingham Palace. This is what Buckingham Palace grounds actually look like. And I think I want to do a right if I can. Yeah, this is this is good.
Yeah, so yeah, we're right. Where are we now? We're I think that's Buckingham Palace there to your left.
Show
the palace.
Show the people right there.
Yeah, could you not see it? Can you see the Buckingham Palace? Just right over there. You can see there's a lot of tourists taking pictures. This is a regular thing in London, but for us who live here, we probably drive through these places on a reg. That's if you work in the city. But this is the majestic Buckingham Palace, you know, that you hear about. The Queen of England lives there. Yeah. And you know, probably get to see some of the royals as well.
Yeah.
Prince Philip's, probably Prince Charles if he comes around.
Yeah.
And you got the youth them, Prince Harry, Prince William, married now.
Yep.
So yeah, you know, and this is a very beautiful part of London, by the way. You know, fit for royalty.
Well, I'm royalty.
The monarchy.
Yep.
This is where they're chill. Yeah, and you can see this part of London actually. Yeah, so we are still in the area considered to be the stronghold of the monarchy. Buckingham Palace is just right behind us. I'm sure you did get to get a good look of the building. It's quite an imposing structure, majestic palace, fit for the royals and the monarchy. You know, yeah. And there's a lot of tourists in this area. You get to hear people speaking French, Spanish, all types of European languages. Mostly people from Europe touring London. Yeah. Word up, London is one of the #1 tourist cities of the world. Whether or not you recognise that is one thing, but you know, quite often those of us who live in London, born, bred or grew up in this city, we take this city for granted. But the Americans, I've spoken to quite a lot of Americans, I've spoken to a few Europeans. When they come here, they love it here, they appreciate this city more. Perhaps, you know, what we got to do is start appreciating this city more and start portraying it in a more positive light, not just complaining about the potholes because of the road work going on. There's still a lot that this city can offer the world. I mean, look at the iconic red buses. Where on earth do you see those buses? I don't think there's any other city that has got that iconic black taxis. The black taxis, the London black cabs. Word, you know about them. I don't think there's any other city that has got it. If there is any other city that has got it, excuse me, they copied. This is about the icons and landmarks of London. The red buses, the black taxis, the red telephone boxes, you know about them.
Definitely.
So we're in Spring Gardens and Trafalgar Square is just to the left. Sunshine is out today, which is quite odd. We've had no summer this year.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, certainly not yet.
We're still in April.
Yeah, well, but I'm dreaming of summer, really.
Yeah.
But look, the crocodiles are out sunbathing, and that's got to be a good sign. Once the fountain gets switched on in Trafalgar Square, it starts to get really sweltering hot. People take off their clothes and jump in. You could throw a coin in from behind and make 3 wishes. Now, my first wish this year is to write a cheque worth £1 million. Yeah, to receive a cheque worth £1 million. That's my first wish this year. Business
can be done.
My second wish is to get on the property ladder this year. My third wish is to get my business off the ground, up and running. You know, so these are my own wishes. I mean, feel free to throw yours in.
My wish is to, well, my plans are to take 50 people who are willing and ready to change their life, start working and enjoying the work that they do, and getting paid what they deserve.
Right.
People who are hungry for change, people who are hungry to have financial freedom. 50 people I'm going to coach for free on how they can achieve this.
Well, you heard it right there. The first 50 people, get on the phone, get in touch, hit Coach Darren up on Facebook. You know, you can inbox him confidential. If you so desire, you could actually find him on Twitter. Just follow the lead on your screens out there and get in touch. First 50 people. It's a special promo going on, and this deal would not be on forever, so hurry up so you can take advantage of this once in a lifetime opportunity to change your life.
That's right. Now we're just approaching a place they call Trafalgar Square, so let me just straighten it up so you guys can see exactly what me and my my good friend Chidi,
yes,
what we can see. So,
well, we just left Trafalgar Square actually, but we are still in the area. But the actual square itself, we would have driven past it. So we're
heading
now
towards Piccadilly.
Yes, we're now pulling into Piccadilly Circus, which is about, say, 200 yards from Trafalgar Square. Really, it's a stone throw, if you know what I mean. So,
do you know how Piccadilly got its name?
I have no idea, mate.
Okay.
If you can educate us, that would be really appreciated.
Well, that's what I asked. I don't know. Well, I'm sure someone else out there knows. So if you do, leave a comment underneath this video. How Piccadilly got its name. I think it was something to do with the Great Piccadilly. I think it was something to do with fighting, actually. Yeah, I'm more than certain it has, because everything, majority of the areas and the roads in London has significance. That's why they got their name. Like Baker Street. The reason why Baker Street was called Baker Street because that's where all the bakers used to be, and that's where they would bake their, bread and cakes or whatever they used to bake, and that's where it got its name. Yeah,
Baker Street. Baker Street, yes. You know about Baker Street. If you know about Baker Street, you would have probably heard about London Mayfair.
Right.
London Mayfair is just behind Baker Street, and it's one of the most bling part of London. I mean, you talk about it, Louis Vuitton, Versace, all the top designers in the world all have an outlet there. Some interesting gadgets as well, watches, Rolexes, you name it.
Yes.
They all got an outlet there, and it's one of the most expensive parts of London. London Mayfair, you have bling hotels,
yes,
bling shops. You know, if you're shopaholic and you got wads of cash stuffed in brown envelopes that you want to spend, I'll highly recommend London Mayfair. There's no shortage of garments and stuff that would excite you. You know, it's an excellent place for tourists to visit.
Absolutely.
Go home with a lot of memories of London.
Absolutely. So now we're just coming up to Shaftesbury Avenue.
Yep, McDonald's to my left.
Yes.
And the casino
anywhere
to
you
my
go,
right.
Anywhere you go, you've got a McDonald's. Any city, any town, And you see, talking about entrepreneurial mindset, even though McDonald's is dead and gone, but his legacy still lives on in every country, in every city, in every town.
Well, he had the right formula. He did something right. What inspired other people as well, because McDonald's formula has been used by so many other outlets.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're going to get big as McDonald's remains to be seen. But the point is, he's done something differently that works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get your burgers, you can get your fries, and you can get your drinks at McDonald's for a reasonable price, I suppose. But make sure you have at least a £5 in your wallet.
Yes, absolutely. Now, just over here, you'll find Chinatown.
Yeah, this is the famous London Chinatown that you hear of.
Just gone past it.
This is where we get all our Chinese food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's quite an interesting place. Those of you who are lovers, you wouldn't take your partner out and spoil them to Oriental dishes and variety of dishes from the Orientals. This is the place to come, London Chinatown. There are loads and loads of choices here.
Another thing you'll find is people will just randomly cross the roads over here in London with no fear of, being knocked down or anything, because unlike New York or in the States where you get charged for jaywalking, in London there's no such thing as jaywalking. It seems like the people who walk on the street have more right to be on the street than you driving a car.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
This is a pedestrian city.
It is.
If we can
and
put
a
it that
cyclist.
way. Yeah. It's for ramblers, yeah? Word up. Ramblers. This is a city for ramblers. In other words, taxpayers own the city of London. So, yeah, y'all can't come out in the city of London and say to a pedestrian, you can't walk here or you can't walk there. They have every right just as much as the motorists do.
Yes. But you see, the thing is, I pay my taxes, and I pay my taxes to drive on the street. You don't see me driving on the pavement.
Right. Okay.
Because if I did, I'll probably get done.
You get pulled over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
They'll probably say I'm on a murder attempt to kill everybody. Yeah.
That's right. And then it raises all sorts of questions. Did he pass his driving test at all?
Right. But why is it okay for pedestrians to walk on the street? Now that's the question. Again, leave your comment underneath the video.
Exactly.
I'd love to hear what you have to say on that matter.
Right. Why should pedestrians walk on the street? But
Or have the right to walk on the street. I mean, there were zebra
in
crossings
Tottenham Court Road now.
coming up to Tottenham Court Road, where there are specialist places where pedestrians can cross the road, but yet they choose to cross anywhere they feel like it. Do you think that's right?
Well, that is a difficult question to answer, but there is obviously a risk doing that. And I think each pedestrian should decide whether it's worth the risk. Obviously, they're trying to cut out the time that it takes to stand and wait for the green man to signal for them to cross. It could be quite boring, because I've experienced it. Sometimes I can't be bothered, man. I just do what I have to do, to get onto the other side. So there's an obvious risk, but I wouldn't advise a tourist to do it. I would say if you're a tourist or you're a first-time visitor to London, please do follow the traffic sign. Do observe the road marks and the traffic sign. Very important, because in London, motorists, they could be quite arrogant. They drive fast when the light goes. As soon as the amber goes, they hit the throttle down and they'll be off. So be careful, because you could underestimate what the motorists would do. They look at those people, they're all waiting for the green man to signal. That's an example of what I'm talking about. It's better to play it safe
Than to play it sorry.
Exactly.
Now this is Tottenham Court Road.
Tottenham Court Road. I used to work over there.
Okay.
Just here, we're pulling into the actual road.
That's right.
The tribunal service is just right there. I used to work there. In fact, that was as recently as 2 years ago. That was my office. I used to work around here.
Okay.
And, yeah, just over there.
Okay.
At the square there.
Okay.
If we had carried on straight, we would have went to Good Street. But the British Museum is somewhere on the left here.
It's just
the
coming up to
the British history. The British History
Museum.
It's just something.
I wonder what you'll find in the British History
God
Museum,
knows,
Chidi.
all sorts of artifacts, all sorts of funny objects that date back to Victorian England, probably Edwardian times and stuff like that. You know, if you're interested in history, and you know you like the British History Museum. You know, I tell you what, when I used to work here, I used to get stopped on my way to lunch by a lot of tourists who will stop and approach me and say to me, "Excuse me, something's got an American accent. I'm looking for the British Museum," like that. And I'd be like, "Yeah, it's just over here. Can you see it there?" Let's try and zoom in. Oops. Oh, sorry about that. You can see it there. That is the British Museum right there.
But yeah, so we're just we're going around now because
Certain street.
what I want to do is I want to get to now. If this car makes up its mind, we just might get.
It looks like it's reversing actually.
Okay. So what you're saying is you want me to get out of the way, isn't it?
It's trying to park. Still got the same bubblegum in my mouth.
Are you trying to say that you want to update it? Huh?
I tell you what, the only updating I need right now is a lunch. I'm hungry because I had no breakfast this morning, and obviously
at the rate you're going, you'll have no lunch either. That's a joke.
I need to find something to eat, you know, probably a McDonald's meal or something like that.
A McDonald's meal.
Can't deal with the KFC grizzly chicken right now.
What? What's wrong? So what are you saying about KFC?
That's an oily chicken. I don't want that now. Yeah.
Is that what you're really saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now you see, you can't separate a black man from chicken.
Right. Okay.
And if you're going to be telling me that you ain't eating chicken from KFC, I've got to question your blackness.
Wow. Now that is deep. The one thing I do know, I do like my chicken grilled, yeah. So perk chicken, I love that. Yeah, I like it grilled. While I wait, I can see the smoke go up, you know, and then flip it around on the grill, you know, and add the sauces to it. That's the kind of chicken I like. Fried chicken, southern fried chicken coated. Nah, not really.
Now you don't feel what you don't like the southern fried chicken coated.
Not really. I'm not big on it.
So what you rather it uncoated?
I'd rather have the chicken grilled.
Right, with no southern fried coating.
With no southern fried coating. Just
How about boiled southern fried coating?
Just put the sauce on it. Give me some hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce, yeah. And I'm good.
What about grilled or boiled southern fried chicken?
I don't know about. I've never heard about grilled southern fried chicken.
What about boiled?
I've never heard about boiled southern fried chicken either.
Well, you see, that's the thing. The part of being an entrepreneur is thinking different.
Well,
right? So what you need to do now, if this is something that will interest you, think of a way in which you can boil a southern fried chicken.
Well, it'd be interesting to know who wants to eat that, but obviously worth a trial, I guess.
I would, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is a taxi's lane, yeah, to the left.
And all other traffic to the right. You got to follow the signs in London, or else you can get yourself in a lot of trouble.
Right.
And those are the cycle bikes. Don't know if you guys can see it, but we have bikes that you can rent over here.
It's Boris bikes. They're called Boris bikes.
Boris bikes, yeah.
Named after the mayor of London. It was his grand idea after he visited the city of Paris, and they were running a similar scheme. So he borrowed the idea from France and introduced it to London.
Yeah. I have no idea why, but he did.
Well, I think it's about keeping the city clean and green, reducing the amount of traffic on the road.
Keeping the city green and clean.
I didn't say green and clean. I said clean and green.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Yeah, and there is a difference.
There is a difference, yes. There is a difference. It just flows better that way.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
there was supposed to be a camera shop around here. And it seems like they've
Doubt
moved
it
it.
will be in this back street, mate.
No, it was at the corner there. We just passed it, so.
Okay.
But they seem to have moved on. So why don't we take a right? And let's get out of here. All right, guys, that's been my little tour of London. We're coming up to near enough 20 minutes now, and YouTube only gives me 15, so I'm sure it couldn't be longer. Don't want to bore you guys to death. So on that note, I will say ta-da. You can say bye if you want, man.
And bye as well. Bye.